Richard. So tell me a little bit how things have been since the last time we met.
Hi Natalie, how have you been? Just real quick, how have you been?
Pretty good, thank you. Thanks for asking.
Okay, what was your question again?
So how have things been since the last time we met about your progress on your behavior change?
Oh, okay. So I'm not gonna lie to your face. Things have been pretty rough. They've actually gotten a little bit worse and not better with the not necessarily because of the program, but because of some certain circumstances.
Really? I'm
Yeah.
sorry to hear that. Can you tell me a little bit more as to what happened?
So just recently, my grandma got really hurt. So that's had a big deal with it. Like she was already struggling enough as it is because she had to get back surgery. She wasn't getting much help from some family members. She wasn't getting the help, support, the nutrition or anything that she needed. And so this break in her legs and stuff is putting her in a bad spot right now, and it's kind of affecting me mentally and emotionally.
Wow, I'm so sorry to hear that. That is just something that, takes a toll on your life and, it can affect your emotional state and your mentality state.
Yeah, and on top of that, I had presentations this week. I already did one Monday, and then I have another one Friday. But this definitely doesn't help with the stress, along with the stress of finals being in 2 weeks. So it's like a bunch of things piling up, and then it's something that's personal as well.
So I'm hearing that, you have all these barriers, whether they're personal or school related, they're just getting in your way right now of just finding that moment to relax. Like the last time we talked about, it's just you wanted to get a start, but it just seems that you take a step forward, you're knocked back twice. Is
Yep.
that is that what's going on?
Yeah, it seems like life's kind of just playing with me a little bit with my emotions. I'm kind of close to a breakdown, but holding in there, you know.
Yeah. Did you try any of the things we talked about? We mentioned in the last session.
We did mention, remind me if I'm incorrect. It was the classical music. It was continuing to work out. It was what else was there?
We talked about deep breathing, just taking a moment
Uh,
for yourself to regain yourself.
yeah, like it's been pretty hectic. So other than going to the gym, I haven't incorporated any of those things either way. But I can't really see them helping me feel better at this point, just because it's so overwhelming.
So we discussed these options, but when it came down to it, it was just a little hard to actually incorporate them and follow them through.
I didn't have the
Yes.
capacity, the mental or emotional capacity to think it was gonna work. So to be fair, I didn't give it as much effort as I should have.
That's okay. I mean, it happens where, you know, not every single first time that we want to give something a shot, we're gonna, succeed, and it's okay. I mean, that's just human mistake, and not saying that, you did something wrong. I mean, I completely understand. It's where sometimes I say too, I want to go work out, I want to do this and that, and, it's in that moment, you can't follow through sometimes. I mean, yesterday I wanted to go to the gym and I wasn't able to because life gets in the way, and that's completely understandable.
Yeah, yeah, that has to be the case.
Would you reconsider maybe looking into trying to start up this behavior change again?
Definitely. I mean, I didn't give it much effort in the beginning, so maybe who knows, it'll work now, especially when I'm going through such stress, like I said, on a personal and academic level. So maybe all it needs is my effort, and then so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try and give it an actual go.
And maybe time, since right now you mentioned that you have family problems going on, which is obviously that takes up so much, and then with finals coming up, it's just also time consuming. So maybe right now it's hard to imply that, but later on when you have more time and maybe hopefully things work out, you can actually work on it.
Oh, definitely. And I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I'm going to go work at a summer camp this summer in
Oh,
June and
okay.
July. So that's gonna give me a lot of time to just be in solitude, like get a grasp of what I'm feeling, my emotions, and then like self-reflect a lot, on myself as a person, on my emotions, and be able to sort out how I feel and how to manage those feelings. So not only that, it happens to be a Christian camp. So, and I'm like I mentioned before, I remember now I'm pretty religious. So this might give me an opportunity to bond with other people that feel the same way I do and strengthen that connection to Christ.
Okay, so I'm hearing that you want to get back together to your beliefs, your faith, and almost like an escape from what you're dealing with now.
Not an escape, but a solution.
A solution, okay. So what do you think is going to happen after that? Do you see anything else coming up from a solution afterwards?
Um, I don't know. Like I don't know.
That's
That's something in
completely fine.
the future. I
Yeah.
I can't really see myself taking other means. I mean, if there are other methods to helping with stress, I'll give it a try, obviously. But I feel like this summer is gonna help me a lot on self reflection, especially being with a bunch of my friends are gonna be counselors. We're all gonna have a good time. Improve my social skills with younger children and with my peers around me the same age, with adults. I feel like I'm gonna strengthen myself a lot as an individual this summer.
So this is a huge, huge time for you to just reflect on yourself, get to reflect with others, and feel better about yourself, obviously, since you need that time to just escape, I should say. But you're saying it's not an escape from reality, it's just a solution for now.
Right, because I mean, saying that I would escape into reality would imply that it's just a temporary solution, but rather it's an experience that's gonna help me strengthen myself for the future.
Grow stronger.
Exactly. So
Okay.
although it may be an escape per se, I'm not gonna ditch my beliefs and my ideologies after done with the summer. I'm gonna incorporate whatever I learned from those experiences over the summer into my future self, and hopefully it'll stick with me for the rest of my life.
That's great that, that's what you feel, and, I'm just here to try to get an idea as to what you're feeling, I want to see and, maybe make some guesses so that way it opens up your eyes a little bit, and that's great. Is there any other methods that you want me to give you now, or do you want to keep trying what we discussed earlier, give it another go?
I'm gonna keep trying with what you've already mentioned before because, like I said, I didn't put that much effort like I should have, and so I mean we could look into other kind of solutions as well. I'm actually gonna take a Pilates class in I think next semester, the semester following that, and so I heard that like weightlifting, it's all about being angry and explosiveness and stuff, and like I kind of bought into that for like a long, like I mean up until now I'm still buying into that where I just gotta go to the gym and just put on rock music and just bang all this weight out, but Pilates is more of like a relaxed kind of movement, a more controlled movement, more in sync with oneself and everyone around me, and so I feel like me taking this Pilates fit class on campus is gonna also help me feel at tune within myself, and in doing so manage my stress and my aggressive tendencies as well.
So previously you fell into that stigma that weightlifting and powerlifting is all about just letting your emotions out, full force, explosive.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that's not working, but like also looking into other techniques and other methods, exactly, other alternatives, I'll be able to manage my emotions better and be more well-rounded, not only be hard and rash and aggressive when I need to be, but also manage to focus on my other side, my softer side.
So in a sense, getting better control of your emotions, even though you feel that you have a great control now, but just better sense of control.
Yeah.
In a sense.
Did I mention that I used to write poetry in high school?
No, you didn't. That's wow.
Yeah, and that helped me a lot because I was actually quite a romantic in high school, and so I would write these poems to express my feelings of, either it was rejection or how passionate I was for a specific girl, and so that helped me a lot through high school, and so I realized that I haven't written any poetry in the past year, so I've been thinking about how I could get back into that. I was actually majoring in English, secondary education English for one semester, so I took a lot of poetry classes, but that was all sophomore year, that was a year ago, and so I figured that ever since I stopped taking those classes, I kind of stopped doing poetry. I didn't have anything to focus me on it or keep me on that track and encourage me to keep continuing to write poetry, but I thought maybe writing poetry again will help me, seeing that it helped me before in the past.
That's amazing that you can also open up to that, and thank you for sharing that with me. Not many people want to express that side of themselves, especially the stigma that you're a man and you are so rough and you weightlift, but
the lone wolf stereotype and everything. I'm able to express myself with something like poetry. Like who would have thought that a shaved head powerlifter, all big and everything, is gonna be writing poetry? Like I bought into that other stereotype and it didn't allow me to develop my softer side.
So you had to carry that character even though that's not really what you felt inside.
Yeah.
That's awesome that you're sharing this. Again, I feel honored that you can tell me and open up to me. And I'm hearing that, you've had these outlets that you can once again revisit And, you know, it doesn't always have to be necessarily by a physical act of showing it, but also by, you know, recurring back to a form of art, essentially.
Yeah, my creativeness,
Yeah.
my softer side that isn't exactly attributed to people that look like me.
Maybe that's what you've been missing, you know, it's just all these stresses, what I'm hearing from school, you know, family stuff going on that, of course, sometimes they can't be preventable. They just, you know, life happens as life goes on, and I mean, that's understandable. So now you're looking further into other ways, you know, like you yourself, you're opening up and finding your own alternative, which is great. I mean, that's what these, you know, sessions are for.
Yeah, I appreciate you taking the time to hear me out. I really do. I feel better, so hopefully we can continue this some other time as well, if you're down for that.
For sure. I mean, hey, you know, from what I'm hearing is that you know what you have to do. You're aware, you're conscious. It's just that, you know, sometimes life gets in the way, and that's understandable. It can be also as, you know, clients who want to lose weight, and, you know, it just takes that moment of actually, you know, committing themselves to it. And you are fully committed. I'm not saying you're not, but of course, you know, sometimes these events just take the best of us, and take some time to regain yourself, you know, build up that momentum, get stronger, and I hope this all works out for you. You know, you're doing a great job, and I appreciate your cooperation in all this.
Thank you.
Hopefully we can meet up in the future and talk about your progress later on.
Yeah, sounds good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.